For every 10 girls in Nashville, there are about 8 guys. These numbers are 2020 data, and it's for men to women ages 21 to 35 single. So you can imagine by 2025 how much that's actually changed based on how many people have moved here. And then if you know, the social circles here run so small, not to even take into consideration shared interests. So yeah, you're not wrong for thinking you don't have many options, because you really don't as a girl. But my last video was just to shed light on that statistic. It's encouraging single guys from other places to move here, so the girls do have more options. Debating character is not productive for any gender, because you can go back and forth all day. Many things can be true at one time. I think it would be more fun for everybody, if you're single in Nashville, to just drop your recs on where you hang out. Specifically, if you're one of these people that's, I'm a good guy, or I'm a great girl, whatever. Either side. Where do you hang out? What's your favorite locals bar, if you're still someone that goes out? Or what church do you go to? Or what gym? I personally don't ever see people socializing at the gym. People suggest that for making girlfriends too. They're like, take a workout class. Like, why are the people not talking? I don't know. Yeah, that is the problem though with Nashville. We don't have many third spaces per se. I mean, we have some parks and like events here and there, but yeah, where are your favorite places to get plugged in otherwise? Thank you.
I've heard this so much about Nashville, that essentially dating is terrible there, because everyone that you meet in a bar either doesn't live there or they're very much so in their party stages. But I can honestly say that this is not something that I put onto my pro and con list. Like, it was not a factor at all in me deciding on whether or not I wanted to move there. I think my mindset around dating over the past couple of months has honestly just been that the right person is going to come to me, and the more that I focus on myself, the more that that's true. A lot of you know that I very recently got out of a relationship, and it's not that I'm not ready to date. Like, I am very much so a relationship person, and I like having a person, but I'm also not at a point in my life where I like need to be with a person. Not on dating apps. I don't plan to be on dating apps. The only dates that I've been on since being single have been from people who have reached out to me organically. So I think when it comes to the dating scene, specifically in Nashville, just like I have a lot of long distance friendships, honestly, like all of my best friends are long distance or are going to be long distance once I move. Really don't see dating as being confined to my physical location. I think the older that I get, the more that I travel and the more that I meet people in different cities, and also the busier that I get as I'm trying to grow my channels, grow the podcast, I would absolutely consider something long distance if the right opportunity came to me. I know that the person that I'm supposed to be with will find their way to me no matter what city I decide to live in.
People talk about how bad the Nashville dating scene is, but you don't really get it until you are here, and I don't even fully get it because I'm not in it. I'm engaged, but my sister has gone on a lot of dates with a lot of Nashville men, and it is just, I'm just a bystander, and it is actually the worst pain I could ever wish on someone, probably. There was this guy that they matched on like a dating app or whatever, and they've been texting, and they sometimes would see each other when they're out, but they never like went on an official date because he never asked her. And then one time I'm out with her and we run into him, and he's like chatting with me. He's like talking about how great she is. I'm like, yeah, so like why haven't you guys gone on a date? And he goes, well, she hasn't asked me. This man was 34. And I shouldn't be shocked by what I hear from men, but I am every single time. Like, somehow they get ya. And my jaw dropped, and I said, be a man. And then I walked away. What do you mean she hasn't asked me? Men don't want to be men anymore, and it's an epidemic.
Here's what you need to know before dating a guy in Nashville. If he says he's a songwriter, don't just assume that you're gonna get a song written about you, or that he's even really good at it anyways. He's gonna own more hats than you've owned of any single thing in your entire lifetime. Be prepared to run into your ex literally anywhere that you go. Your date will too. Wanna hear my new song? Is a legitimate pickup line in this town. Everyone here owns a dog. Dating here basically means just signing up for a future dog parent role. He's gonna justify going out on a Tuesday night as networking. If you date someone new to town, he's gonna ask you to show him around town. It's not official until you go to a Titans game together. If he's on a first name basis with the bar security, but he doesn't work at the bar, he probably has a drinking problem. He's gonna try to impress you with secret date spots that aren't actually a secret. Everyone knows about that cool little bar in East Nashville, Garrett. Having an acoustic guitar in the back of his car is standard. Never know when you're gonna need that. One of his side jobs are going to inevitably involve real estate or working at a bar. There's a big chance that one of his bumble pics are going to be him at a Predators or Titans game. Or be of him holding a guitar on a stage. Either they love Broadway or they hate it. You decide which is the red flag. If he asks you why you're single, guys like him are why you're single.
If I see one more video of a guy or girl crying that it is hard dating in Nashville, I'm going to lose my mind. You mean to tell me the Broadway musician who you gave your number to that is literally cast in front of thousands of attractive women every single day is not treating you with respect? Oh my God, I am distraught for you. Or, oh my God, that really hot girl you met at Jason Aldean's isn't texting you back after she gave you her number. It's probably fake, by the way. These anecdotes are all happening in literally the dumpster of Nashville, Broadway, or Midtown. If you want to actually date in Nashville, you need to meet people through real life. I'm talking kickball leagues, volleyball leagues, softball, flag football, running clubs, church, places where it's not the bar. Dating apps are also a super solid option. I've gone out on a handful of dates and always had a really good time with these girls. You just need to be intentional with your dating habits in Nashville. And you can't let Broadway or Midtown or someone who you hooked up with to be your bar of whether it's easy or not to date in Nashville, because you are comparing that to genuinely the dumpster of this town and being sad that, oh my God, this trash I found is not working out.
Seen so many videos recently about making friends in Nashville and dating in Nashville, and I feel like it is finally time that I speak up. I moved to Nashville a year and a half ago. I knew literally no one. The first thing I learned about Nashville is that you're not going to make your friends going out. Those girls you meet at the bar or in the bathroom that exchange your numbers, like, they are fake nice for the most part, or they are really just nice, but they have no intention of following up with you after. If you're trying to make friends, that girl at the bar, unfortunately, is not really gonna be that friend for you. Same goes for dating. That guy that you meet at Tin Roof is not gonna be the guy that you can consistently rely on to text you or ask you out on a date. The friendships I felt like I got the most out of, real friendships, were those for people that I made plans outside of going out with. To go grab a coffee with them, farmer's market together, bite to eat. Those always ended up being the friendships that lasted longer and ended up being the quality friendships. But I actually ended up even starting a run club here, and that ended up being the best way of meeting people. I recommend joining any form of community, whether that be a workout class, a run club, something that you can find people like yourself where you can have meaningful conversation, the music's not too loud, actually learn something about the people that you're with. All of that is translatable to dating. Looking back on it, it is very easy to guess the kind of man that is going to play you on Hinge here in Nashville. There's a lot of people that are here just for the weekend that will lie to you and say that they're here for longer. That is the biggest wrench in Nashville dating. A lot of people do come here to visit, bachelor parties and such. Otherwise, dating is the exact same as making friends here. Meet people in places where you have things in common and you will be successful.
I've been dying to talk about this Nashville tea for a long time, like since it happened. I mean, it only happened like 4 days ago, but if you like niche tea and you live in Nashville, let's freaking get into it. Some of you are probably familiar with those groups online where you can post a guy that you're talking to's name or photo and say, hey, anybody else talking to this guy? Anybody else know anything about this guy? It's a really good way for girls to kind of like vet whether or not a guy is serious, whether a guy has crazy past, abusive past, like all these different things. It's a really great resource for women. If you're not familiar with these groups, there are some rules. They're usually private. You have to be vetted, and you're not supposed to talk about anybody that gets posted in these groups. But of course, we're all blabbers, we're all yappers. That is exactly what happened this past week. There was a guy that was posted in one of these groups. And this guy, let's call him Jason. Jason has been posted in this group a year prior and a year prior to that. Like, he is constantly being posted in this group. And every time Jason gets posted in this group, tons of women comment and say, I was talking to him yesterday. I was talking to him 3 months ago. I was talking to him. The whole story with Jason is that he just constantly talks to a lot of girls. Jason has been talking to a friend of mine named Mindy. My friend Mindy has been casually just like friends with this guy, literally nothing crazy. Like they're both just kind of in the same boat. They just, whatever, it's very casual. But we've all been under the impression that since Jason got outed in this group a year ago and a ton of girls commented and was like, I'm also talking to this guy, that he calmed down. Like he had deleted his dating profiles, his social media, like all that stuff. He was just like off it. We kind of got the sense that he was kind of chilled out. And so this week, Jason gets posted in the group, okay? And a ton of girls start writing in. I've been talking to him. I talked to him earlier this year, but yeah. I have another friend named Alicia who is also friends with Mindy and knows the backstory. So Alicia comments on the post of the guy and said, hey, if any of these girls want information and wants the tea, we know the tea. I don't have the tea with him, but we know the tea because of our friend Mindy. So all these girls start messaging Alicia to get the tea. Alicia's got the scathing paragraph written out, basically being like, he's a player, he talks to all these girls, he strings them along, like he's not serious, yada, 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 yada. First of all, she's getting a ton of crazy tea from these other ladies, which that's a whole separate thing. So we'll circle back to that. She didn't realize is that Jason's friend, a female friend that's in this group, commented on the post and said, hey, Alicia, send me some information. And we'd love to know what the information is. Pretending to be a girl that, had some tea with him too, right? Pretending that she had also dated Jason, whatever. So Alicia sends her all this tea. She screenshots that message and sends it to Jason. So now Jason knows all this tea and knows what's being said about him. And Jason knows that Alicia is friends with Mindy. So Jason texts Mindy and was like, I see Alicia doesn't have a very good opinion of me. Mindy's like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, literally, like, you're the one that's in the group. Like, this man is being posted once a year with hundreds of comments of girls being like, yeah, I'm talking to him too. Like, the problem isn't Mindy or Alicia. It's you, Jason. It's you, Jason. But the most messed up part about this is that we had an informant. The informant was the one that messaged Alicia. Even after Alicia sent the informant, Jason's friend, female friend, all the information, she still messaged back and was like, oh yeah, like, I was just curious about it. Like, I'm also talking to him. Like, we're also talking. Like, no, you're an informant. You're an insider. You're a double agent is what you are. So ladies, if you are an informant in the group, please be careful about who you're being a double agent for. These groups are supposed to help girls figure out whether or not they're wasting their time. So these girls need to know that. Anyway, that's the tea. Hopefully you were able to follow that.
What is with the Nashville men and why do they suck so bad? I lived here a few years ago for college and they were all F-boys, okay? Moved away for the past couple years, just got a job offer to me here, so I came back. And in that time span, I forgot how horrendous they were. Well, let me tell you, not only are they F-boys now, but they also want the woman to do every single ounce of the planning and they don't want to do any of the legwork at all. And it's really freaking annoying. There was a guy that was supposed to take me on a date tonight, right? A few days ago, he goes, well, what should we do? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that the woman should have to plan the date. And I said that to him. And he goes, well, I just need help brainstorming. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me lay it out for you. I've heard that F is good and I've heard that H is good. That's what we're gonna call these two places. I've heard F is good and H is good. And he goes, oh, bet, let's do H. The vibes are good, like great place for a first date. I was like, okay, you know what? I've never been, but if that's where you wanna go, sure thing, let's do it. Today rolls around and he goes, so what did we say we're doing again? Already annoying to me. And I said, we said we're going to H. And he goes, when did we say that? I never agreed to that. And I was like, you literally said that you wanted to go there. And he goes, I thought we agreed on F. No, you said you wanted to go to H, so we're going to H. And he goes, okay, fine, since you seem like you're so passionate about it, let's go to H. I said, I'm not passionate about it. You wanted to go there. And he goes, no, darling, we're both passionate about it and we're gonna have a great time. No, we're not. I'm canceling on you because what is this energy? Like, not only are you probably an F-boy, you also made me do the planning pretty much, and now you're forgetting absolutely everything. And this is a consistent theme. Like, any man that has tried to take me on actually, let me rephrase. Any man that I have discussed dates with so far has made me do the planning. That's not a man. That's a little baby boy, and I'm sick and freaking tired of it. I hate Nashville.
This comes to no surprise, but dating in Nashville, Tennessee has been, really challenging for a lot of people. And in interviewing so many applicants over the past couple days for Music City Matchmaker, I heard a lot of the same themes about, why dating has been so difficult. And number one, huge shocker, I know, but it's tourists. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's a big part of our, ecosystem here in Nashville. But you go out on any given night and 90% chance you're going to meet somebody that doesn't live here. So obviously that makes it difficult to date. And that goes the same way for dating apps. Half the people that you're going to potentially match with, they don't live here. And because of the constant influx of people coming to Nashville, it really doesn't incentivize people to, stop and really get to know somebody. You know why? Because they can go out any single night of the week and there's a whole new group of people for them to meet. And here's where I put the Music City Matchmaker plug in. By joining Music City Matchmaker, you're going to meet people who live in Nashville. And not just live in Nashville, they've been properly vetted, background checked for safety, and all that fun stuff.
So dating in Nashville sucks, right? We all know it. I thought moving from Arizona to Nashville would be better. Like more southern people than people in Arizona would be better. No, I was wrong. It's even worse. Whoever thought it could be worse than Scottsdale? I just want a man to fucking open my door, take me out. Doesn't even have to take care of me. Just like open the door, take me out, like bare minimum shit. And they're not even doing that. And then I just want to be railed into oblivion. Like I should not be able to walk for the next 3 days. That's what I need. That's what I want. I'm not asking for the fucking moon, but apparently I am. So we're just on this floating rock and I'm horny 24/7. And there's nothing I can do about it because I have standards. That's it.
I'm finally starting to realize what people meant when they said the Nashville dating scene sucks, because I was stood up last night. So let's talk about it, because I'm really confused. Last weekend, I went to Atlanta for my sister-in-law's baby shower, and while I was there, I matched with this boy on Raya. If you don't know what Raya is, it's a dating app, but it shows you people all around the world. Like, it doesn't really matter what your location is. Some people might like that. I think it's stupid. Surprisingly, I haven't found too many Nashville people on Raya, but I matched with this one who's actually a country music artist. Let me lay out the timeline. So I matched with this boy on Sunday morning and he messaged me Sunday at like 11 a.m. Unlike Hinge, for some reason, anytime I match with a boy on Raya, there's like a 25% chance they're actually gonna say something to me. I originally intended to stay in Atlanta until Monday because it was a holiday weekend, but also my family had traveled in for the shower and they were staying until Monday. If you don't know, there was a massive winter storm that passed through the southeast and Nashville got up to 8 inches of snow on Monday. My family and I played pickleball on Sunday morning from like 11 to 1 and then we got lunch, and on the way back to the hotel it was like 3 p.m. and I decided to check the radar and I was like, oh my god, the snow is going to start in a couple hours. I probably need to head home tonight. It's probably the best decision I've made in a long time, because had I not left on Sunday, I would have been stranded there until probably tomorrow. Anyways, back to this man who stood me up last night. We ended up exchanging numbers shortly after we started talking on Raya, because I am always quick to give my number. I hate talking on an app. So we start casually texting for a few hours, and by the end of Sunday night, he had already asked me on a date. We planned for Wednesday, but obviously the weather was way worse than either of us anticipated. I guess he lives in an area with a lot of back roads and he was not able to leave his apartment until like Thursday. Wednesday rolls around and he's like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, I hate to be this person. I promise I'm not a flake, but can we push to Friday? And I was like, yeah, I completely understand. Like, the weather sucks. Keep in mind, we had been texting since Sunday. That we were expecting more snow on Thursday, but I didn't know that we were expecting rain that was going to turn into ice. Well, the South is not prepared for weather conditions like this, so Friday was pretty much an undrivable day. I mean, when I woke up on Friday morning and I looked outside and saw that my apartment complex was literally an ice skating rink, I figured that we were gonna have to postpone the date again. Obviously, I can't be mad about, like, it's Mother Nature, but he texted me later Friday night and was like, I'm so upset, like, I really wanted to hang out with you, I definitely want to go on a date with you, this sucks, can we push to Saturday? I tell you, this man was so apologetic about having to cancel our plans. Like, it's not your fault, it's literally the weather, I don't care. I thought this guy was a gem. I mean, he really made a point to let me know he is not a flake. Saturday rolls around, I go to the gym, I come back, I do a little bit of cleaning, do myself tan, get myself ready to go on a date, and then I end up meeting some friends out at a bar to watch the Tennessee-Alabama basketball game. It's like 1:45 at this point, and I have still not heard from him, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know what we're doing on this date. I don't know where we're going. I don't know what the vibe is. I don't know what time he's picking me up. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna text him to start a short conversation and ask him what the plan is for today. So I text him hi at 1:45. 3 o'clock at this point, and he still hasn't texted, but part of me is like, all right, he hasn't really been the best texter the whole time we've been communicating this past week, so like maybe he just hasn't seen my text yet. 4:30 rolls around, I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna leave the bar, I'm gonna go home and let Joe out, and hopefully he texts me on my way home. Never heard from him again. Literally never got a single text. I was like, you know what? He's been so nice the whole time that we've been talking. Surely he's not going to be the type of person to literally ghost me and stand me up. Well, he did. He posted on Instagram later that night promoting a song